Coach Prime's 12-year reflection. Deion Sanders urges fans to cut off toxic people amid health struggles and family journey. 12 years is a long time in any man's life. For someone like Deion Sanders, Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer, college football revolutionary, and the ever-resilient Coach Prime, 12 years is an eternity full of transformation, triumph, turmoil, growth. And now, on the 12th anniversary of a life-altering event, his highly publicized divorce from Pilar Sanders, Coach Prime has chosen to speak again. But this time, the message wasn't for a team, a press conference, or a camera crew. It was for everyone. A message wrapped in wisdom and pain. An unthankful spirit gives off a scent that you can smell from a mile away. Deion posted on X, formerly Twitter. Rid yourself of ungrateful, unthankful, and unappreciative people, because they will soon affect your peace. Continue to appreciate the simple things and watch them grow. It read like a motivational quote, something thousands would repost, apply to their lives, or even dismiss. But behind those words was a deeper wound and a richer wisdom, shaped by experience that only someone who's weathered public scrutiny, personal heartbreak, and private struggle could convey. Though he never named names, the timing of the post, coinciding with the 12th anniversary of his divorce from Pilar Sanders, spoke volumes. And for those who followed the Deion-Pilar saga, the subtext was loud and clear. From primetime love to a primetime divorce, Deion Sanders and Pilar Biggers met during the height of Sanders' post-NFL celebrity phase. The two married in 1999 and quickly became a public couple, rich in style, status, and photogenic smiles. They had 3 children together: Shiloh, Shadur, and Shalomi. In 2008, the couple even starred in a reality TV show titled Deion and Pilar, Primetime Love, giving the public an inside look into their glamorous, and eventually turbulent, household. At the time, they were seen as a power couple navigating fame with flair. But the curtain dropped fast. By 2011, the marriage had deteriorated beyond repair. What followed was a vicious public divorce that dragged through courtrooms, custody hearings, and media spectacles. The divorce was finalized in 2013, with Deion eventually gaining custody of all 3 children, a major legal win that surprised many. The details were ugly. Accusations flew, interviews turned bitter, and the fallout extended far beyond headlines. Yet while Pilar largely retreated from the public spotlight, Deion pressed forward, building a legacy in college football coaching that few could have predicted. And it's this Deion, Coach Prime, who emerged from the storm. A father first, coach always. Even during the storm, Deion made sure his role as a father didn't waver. His sons, Shiloh and Shadur, have become central figures in his journey, both personally and professionally. From high school games to NCAA clashes, they played under their father's watchful eye at Jackson State, and later followed him to the University of Colorado, where the Buffaloes became the most talked-about program in the country under Coach Prime's leadership. Now, both have moved on to the NFL, Shadur to the Cleveland Browns and Shiloh to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, leaving their father behind in Boulder to chart the next chapter of the Buffaloes' rebuild. But even as they've graduated into professional football, Deion remains an ever-present guiding force in their lives. Shadur and Shiloh are my pride, my light, my legacy, Sanders has said numerous times. I coach them as players, but more importantly, I raise them as men. Their success is as much his as it is theirs. Silent battles, Coach Prime's health scare. While his sons take the field under the NFL spotlight, Coach Prime has been fighting a more personal and silent battle: his health. Over the past few years, Deion Sanders has undergone multiple surgeries on his legs, stemming from years of wear and tear from his playing days. In 2021, he had 2 toes amputated due to blood circulation issues. In 2022 and 2023, further procedures followed. Yet, like always, he pressed on, smiling, inspiring, leading. But recently, another mysterious health issue has sidelined him again. Neither Deion nor his family has publicly disclosed the exact nature of the condition. What is known is that he's currently recovering at his Texas estate, far from the daily grind of Colorado football, surrounded by his family, including sons Deion Jr. and Shiloh. Even from a distance, his spirit remains unshaken. Visitors and vibes. Pac-Man Jones pays a visit. Earlier this week, former NFL cornerback Adam Pac-Man Jones visited Sanders at his estate, a moment Coach Prime shared on Instagram. God is so good. Another one of my sons came to see me and make certain I'm straight. He also wanted to fish, so I was his guide today. Thank you. My brother, you gave me energy, Deion wrote, radiating the warmth and gratitude that has come to define him more than stats or accolades ever could. The visit symbolized more than friendship. It reflected the profound respect Sanders commands in the football community, not just as a coach or athlete, but as a man. Coach Prime's resilience echoes through his family. Even as he heals physically, Deion's mental resolve is evident, a resilience shaped by years of public life and private pain. His oldest son, Deion Jr., recently provided a hopeful update via the family's YouTube channel. It's a beautiful thing. Coach Prime back active, moving around. God is great. Not back active moving around, but it's progress. It's a beautiful thing. In a world where athletes often disappear after the cheers fade, Deion Sanders has remained a steady presence, constantly evolving, constantly transparent, and always human. His story is not just one of athletic greatness, but of fatherhood, faith, failure, and fighting back. From prime time to real time, a legacy that transcends fields. At 57, Deion Sanders is no longer the flashy young phenom who high-stepped into the end zone. He is a man shaped by time, loss, victory, heartbreak, and redemption. His journey from a toxic divorce to a thriving coaching career, and now to a deeply spiritual stage of life, reflects the full arc of a modern American icon. He speaks not from a pedestal, but from a place of scars and soul. His message this week, urging people to rid themselves of toxic energies, may seem simple, but it comes soaked in context. A 12-year divorce anniversary isn't something most people mark publicly, but Coach Prime did, not out of spite, but out of healing. Appreciate the simple things and watch them grow. It's a message rooted in loss, but blooming with renewal. The road ahead. Coach Prime's return to the sidelines is uncertain, but one thing is clear: his absence is felt. The Colorado Buffaloes have temporarily turned to strength coach Andrew Swayze to manage the program. Yet the aura of Deion Sanders lingers across every blade of grass in Boulder. Fans, players, and colleagues alike wait, pray, and support his recovery, knowing well that if anyone can bounce back, it's Prime. Because if Deion Sanders has proven anything over the past 12 years, it's this: you can't count out a man who's been broken, healed, and come back stronger, not just in body, but in spirit. And when he says to rid yourself of toxic spirits, he speaks as someone who did just that and built an empire from the ashes. Fans, players, and colleagues alike wait, pray, and support his recovery, knowing well that if anyone can bounce back, it's Prime. Because if Deion Sanders has proven anything over the past 12 years, it's this: you can't count out a man who's been broken, healed, and come back stronger, not just in body, but in spirit. And when he says to rid yourself of toxic spirits, he speaks as someone who did just that and built an empire from the ashes.